Sagittarius, welcome to your blueprint energy reading from the Astroflower. We're going to be going into your chakras and your aura for the week from the 30th of January going through to the 5th of February. We've done the monthly readings as well, and that's been very interesting. So we're starting to call it Funny February, really, because I think it's going to be quite a funny month. Let's just go straight in here. Here we go. We've got the man there. Lovely. Excellent. Okay, so let's just get into your root chakra and see what's going on here. Okay, there's obviously you can look at things in both ways. Yin and yang factor. Okay, so either you've got this and you've got a really solid foundation, you know exactly where you're going and what you're doing. It's really coming to, I love it when a plan comes together sort of scenario. It's all coming together nicely. You're feeling confident in the world that you're in. On the other side, because there is movement around these two chakras, and this is why I'm talking about the other side as well. You may feel like you're stuck. And you're almost struggling to get out. Now, when you get stuck in sinking sand, for example, you don't try and scrabble your way out like that. Yeah, you just move one foot, let the sand fall underneath. You move the other foot, let the sand fall in underneath, like that. Gradually work your way out like a steps in a way, a bit like the Hierophant. So this could be a real learning curve week for a lot of you. And it looks like the month of February has got a lot of learning in it to be had. But yeah, it could be like, for some of you, it could be like kind of going, I've got this, I know what I'm doing, I've got this solid foundation, just need to tidy it up a little bit. Okay, so that's what's happening in the root chakra. Let's just see what's going on the sacrum. This is beautifully balanced, Sagittarius. And when I mean beautifully balanced, I mean beautiful. There is a bit more emphasis on the left-hand side. So a little bit more sort of into the work and stuff like that. But it appears to you have the possibility to have a good, healthy work-play ethic in your life. So working on that karmic path is work. And also just having fun like a kid is the release of that work on the karmic path. It could also be your job, obviously, and your pastimes, obviously. So, but whatever it is, it's the most harmonious one I've seen as yet. Not joking. Beautiful. Love it. Love it. Let's have a look at your solar plexus. Okay, you've got the starting of the fusing between the solar plexus and the heart. There was a lot of signs that are almost completely fused in a way with the two, but yours is very precise. It reminds me of Scorpio, actually, funny enough, which is your neighbour in regards to the sign next to you. And it's almost as if like you're precisely putting your passions into details that concern your heart's desires. That's what it seems to be like. There's no messing around here. The solar plexus, let's just have a look how it's shaped as well. It's shaped very nice. There is a bit of give at the edge, which is not really, I'm not seeing that a lot in other signs either, but you're very unique actually this week, Sagittarius. Amazing. But it's well defined, so I think it's you've got this constant energy as well. You've got that capacity to let go of things than to really just hold on to them just for holding on's sake, which is really good. So that allows you to also then sort of funnel a lot more of your passion out of your solar plexus, confidence and courage and determination into your heart's desires. So it seems to be a really important chakra this week. So I would get into passionate things, when you're really into it, just really get into it, don't hold back. Let's just see what's going on in your heart chakra. Okay, so on the exterior, there is a certain, it's lovely, it's very nice, it's not full, it's not empty, it's in a nice harmonious place. There might be a slight reticent of socializing with other people, mixing your heart with other people. Maybe it's because you're focusing on this thing that's coming through you at the moment, coming through your passions. But within the mixture, within the outside, it's a lot of sort of like, I can take or leave it. I'm not really, you're not really engaged 1000%. You're engaged, yeah, sure. You're having a good time. You're being very friendly with everybody and everything like that. That doesn't mean that. It just means that you're not taking things to heart, basically. That's what it is. In the center of your heart chakra, though, that's where we're getting a build-up of emotions going on there. And I think these emotions are tied to that passion. So it may well be tied to your workplace or the work that you're doing on yourself. And it may be building a lot of emotions that are coming from within you. Those emotions at some point have got to interact with the outside world. So it's how you, and this could be the second week in February. So this could be the week going from the 5th through to the 12th of February. In that week there, that could be that catalytic moment that ignites your emotions of your heart with the outside world. But it's very structured, which is really nice. It's not pointed. And when it's pointed, they're sort of like very emotional, tied to emotional sort of situations. But here, I think it's emotion because it's very, it's squared off. It seems like it's emotionally tied to the physical realm. That's job, business. It could be as much as sort of like a friend who's in trouble, or another friend that is sort of like that's trying to do things. You're trying to help the physical world around you. So they may be trying to do a business, and you're sort of investing in that business or something like that. It could well be that sort of sense as well, but that's driving those sort of emotional sort of side. But I think that's a very small amount of people. But I think it's mainly to do with the factor of engaging with your career path and your business in a sense that it actually is it's an even playing field emotionally and spiritually for everyone, and it's like a degree of fairness within that, and that could well be that passion that's leading into you at the moment. You might get it might be a righteous moment that you're going through, which is lovely, which is great, and get it, because the world needs to hear it. So get it out there. But I think you're going to get it out between the 5th and the 12th. So it's interesting to see how they sort of like correlate with each other at the moment. Let's just see what's going. Okay, so this is the third eye and the throat chakra. Now they're both the same chakra. It's just in a U shape. So rather than being one out the back and one out the front, it's in a U shape. So you've got like the fronts out, and they play like a trombone. Here you've got much more going on the third eye, so it's a lot of intuition here going on, and not so much in the way of communication. We come back to that idea of take and leave it, sort of like, you're not gonna allow your heart to be affected by it. You're not going to take it to heart, the situations at the moment. But it's also, I think, here is where you're calculating towards that heart of that squared part of the heart, or that emotion that is very full, but it's structured. I think that's where the intuition is going, and I think it's going towards job, house, car, money, that sort of thing, position within world, sort of scenario. That's how it sort of plays out for you. So the third eye is searching for that, and it's trying to feel the thoughts that come through the other chakras. Now, I was talking in the monthly reading about the idea that we need to learn, and this is in the collective reading, we need to learn how energy interacts with our emotions, how it drives certain emotions, and etc. And this could well be part of it. And this is why you could well be feeling righteous. There is an action that you need to engage in the coming future. And I think it's in the very short future, certainly before mid-March, where you're going to do things or act a certain way, which is going to set a precedence for the people around you. So if I was to, let's say, just take a simple thing, I was to put my litter in the bin and in the correct bin, and it's showing other people that that's what you should do. I think it's a very simple sort of thing, but it could be as simple as that. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be really monumental. It will depend on your individual readings and stuff like that. But here is more of a case of how you lead by example. That's what it seems to be. And that's coming through you at the moment. Let's just see what's going on in your crown chakra. Yeah, there is a definite, there's the consciousness, which is, it's like an excess amount of cords so your chakras can grow. You can apply your consciousness within your energy system. So then you get more rope or more cords within your chakras than you would normally have, because you're applying your consciousness, and that helps, you know, certain chakras to grow, to have a deeper experience. And your crown chakra is placed in the crown chakra. If you imagine, like, the crown chakra is like a cup, and it's like a plate that's placed inside, and that plate is now sort of, it's pushing the limits, like a tadpole is pushing the edge of a cup, trying to sort of grow into a frog, and it will jump out. And it's encouraging you to have a conscious evolution within yourself. And our consciousness is basically our connection with everything that is around us. It's not a personal thing. It's not a kind of going, I've got a higher consciousness than you. It's how we interact with other people to learn certain things at certain levels. So if we've got a small consciousness, let's just say it's a small one, a small or a reduced consciousness, you're going to have experiences that is going to help you to understand things on a reduced consciousness level. And when you understand, then it grows, then you have another experience, and it grows and it grows, and it keeps growing to a point where it's actual sort of like you fully understand who you are, where you are, what you should be doing, and what your part is to play on this planet, in this plane. That is full consciousness. It's not sort of knowing everything. That's not how it works. You know, it's like the universe is like Google. It's got lots and lots of information, and you and I are like a memory stick. So we can download some stuff from Google, but we can't stop Google on this memory stick. It's not going to happen. So, you know, some things we need to let go of, some things to then make room for more information and stuff like that. That's how it works. So there is a conscious evolution that's going on within your crown chakra. There's something you need to understand this week. Okay. So I think that's, I think if you're going to be in your meditation, the thing that can help you in your meditation at the moment is recognizing how you fit with the world around you and what you would like it, you know, to evolve. What parts of that interconnection would you like to evolve? And I'm not talking about just humans. I'm talking about your interaction with the trees, the animals, the planet, the solar system, the galaxy, the whole shooting match. You know, and once you get into it, I think you're gonna love it. And all of a sudden you'll find a rhythm which is gonna lead you into being that person who leads with example. That's gonna be fantastic. The world is going to be so much a better place because you do it. Okay? So, yeah, I would do that. And I would, at the end, though, and this is really important as well, so you stay connected with everybody within a realistic sort of sense. I say to people, the best meditation is with your eyes open in the process of buying cheese at your local market. It's a state, and it is a state of being. And you can be in a state of consciousness continuously, if you so desire. And it is a change within your energy. And the moment you change your energy, then all of a sudden your consciousness and your interaction with everything around you changes. It's a very simple thing to do, really, but you've got to understand your energies and how it feels. I've got to build my solar plexus, come up. I've got to bring it back up simply because I'm doing a video. So that sort of consciousness it's not conducive to the videos that I'm doing. So I'm just going to bring my solar plexus back into the play. That's going to throw my consciousness out a little bit, but it's going to open up my third eye. So I can open up that, and now we're back in the room. So yeah, so that's the sort of thing. That's how it goes with consciousness. And I think that's something that you need to learn and need to experience. That's how we learn, by experiences. And that's what the karmic block's all about. So let's go into your aura. Let's just see what's going on there. I think here on the lower section, or the mid section of your aura, it's a little bit undulated, and I guarantee you've got the lip that's not too far. There you go. You've got that lip now that's coming through your aura. As I said, there's been amazing things going on at the moment with the fusing of the two chakras, the solar plexus and the heart chakra. I find that really interesting. I haven't seen it really in 30 years at all. So, and I've been doing this for 30 years. I've treated 20,000 people. I have an extensive amount of understanding of dowsing chakras pretty much every single day for the past 30 years. It's been absolutely brilliant. I'm not joking. It's been an amazing journey of discovery. But I've never really seen it before, and I've never seen this change in auras as either. And I think this ties into the pole shift that the Earth is going through, and it's an evolutionary process that us as humans, as consciousness, is going through as well. And it's like this. It's like a new layer is being created underneath your aura, or inside your aura, between two magnetic fields of your aura, because your aura is made up of like an onion of different magnetic fields as it gradually goes outwards, exactly like the Earth, exactly like the sun. We are made in the image of the universe. That's just the way it goes, energetically speaking. Okay, the universe doesn't look like a human, may not look like a human, may look like a human, but it's the actual energetic mechanics applies to everything. So if you get people sort of saying things about sort of energy, chakras and auras and stuff like that, if you can't apply it to the entire universe, everything from going from a small cell to a galaxy, going through the trees, working on the same process, everything works on the same process. And if you can't apply it to everything, it's illusions. And people need to wake up to this, because there is a lot of illusions out there, believe me or not. There is a lot of illusions just on the mechanics. The rest of it is good to explore. It's good to explore the intuition and the evolution of what is possible. Fantastic things are possible. But without the mechanics at the base, it's possible to build a car that can go 400, miles an hour. But if you haven't got the mechanics at the base, forget it. It's just not going to happen. Okay, so yes, this is going through, and this is how I'm going to be doing a video on Sunday about the fusing of the chakras and this new layer in the aura. It's going to be a bit of a special. It's not like a reading per se, but it's trying to help people understand what's happening in the energy fields. I'm also doing a podcast on Saturday about the energy fields as well. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back to your aura. So what's going on in this aura here? So with this new layer that's going on, it is like it's as if like our energy is synchronizing with the energy of the Earth, because the Earth's energy is changing like no tomorrow. There's a lot less energy now than there was 2,000 years ago. A lot less. In the last 59 years, we've lost, is it 59 or 180 years or whatever, 170 or something like that, years, we've lost, pretty much 30% of the magnetic field of the Earth. That's a huge loss. And our energy is responsive to that. We are sensitive to our environment, even energetically. So we've lost 30% of our energies. So if people are sort of saying the energy is really strong, there's loads of it and everything like that, they don't know what they're talking about. what's happening is like a source, like you're gradually taking the water out of the source. Now that brings up the senses of the spices and the salts and the flavors. That becomes more intense. Just because you're taking water out of the system doesn't mean there's more sauce. There's less of it, but it's more intense. Okay? I went off on a bander there. Blimey. Do apologise about that, Sagittarius. Hope you enjoyed it. So, yeah, let's... So, with this new sort of layer that's coming back to that, blimey, back in the room. Yeah, coming back to that there, it's quantifying your connection. So it's reiterating that lesson that I think that you need to sort of get under your belt, or that experience that you need to experience this week. And it's going to be on small scale, but don't forget, you can extrapolate it to bigger things in the future. And that will come in the funny February. So there you go, Sagittarius. Absolutely great reading. Love doing it for you, Sagittarius. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah. You know, thank you very much for being with us here. Don't forget, we do have that special sort of thing coming out on Sunday. You're going to want to subscribe and click that bell, so then you get notifications for all of that. Yeah, you know, there's loads of links in the description below. Life should be good. So please do enjoy.